problems are there, if you are facing any problems, you can go through this audio and make practice. And the previous class also I called for the special class, only 15 students were attended. So this time also you'll see that I'll try to take the special class on Saturday for the fundamentals. So after this again, no one will be asking me for any kind of fundamentals. Who they are not attending, I'm not going to entertain them. Please look into or tell me your suitable timing. I'll try to take the classes so that it will be maximum beneficial to you people. Okay. Now let me start with what is called as the square prism. What is called as square prism? It is a basic class. The square prism will be like this. The cross section will be square. This is all these sides will be equal. And other side, it is not visible to you. I am going to show it by a dotted. Other side, it is not visible to you. Now let me name it as A, B, C, D. And similarly, the top one I am going to name it as A, B, C, D. But ABCD will get confused. So always to the base, we write it as A1, B1, C1 and D1. And apart from that, we have another one extra thing in this. What is that? The axis. So once if you are going to, please look here, if you are going to draw the diagonal and intersect at a particular point, that will be called as the axis, this point here. So that point I am going to take here. Please look, the point I am going to starting from there. It is called the axis of the axis. It is called axis. Okay, it is called axis. So now please look here. It is called longer edge. And this is called base edge. Or simply we can say it is a smaller edge, shorter edge. Last, I'll just entertain this person. Okay, it is also called a shorter edge, and these are called the corners. And these A, B, C. These are called the corners. And this is called lateral surface. Lateral surface. Lateral surface. And this is called the axis line. This is called as axis line. So these are all the, and this is called the bottom surface. This is called the top surface. Now, similarly, if you are talking about the cone, if you are talking about the cone, if you are talking about the pyramid, okay, I am going to talk about the square pyramid. I am going to take a square pyramid. Please look here. I am going to take a square pyramid and join this. We will get the axis point here and the axis point to top, some height I am going to take. Now let me construct the pyramid. And many of us will be confusing themselves. Instead of pyramid, they'll make it as a prism. Instead of prism, they'll make it as a pyramid. In the examination, please take care. Kindly take care. And this is the axis line. And here also it is called square pyramid, square pyramid, because it is having the apex at the top. It will be having the apex at the top. These are called the base edges, or simply we can say these are the edges, or simply we can say edge. And these are called the corners. And this is called a slant edge. This is called slant edge. And this is called triangular surface. Or simply we can say it is slant surface. Slant surface. Okay, like this, these are all the different terms we'll be using in while doing the problems. Okay, now let me take the square prism. Let me take a square prism. The square prism will be like this. You can see. Just visualize that I am writing it for you people. All of you kindly give attention and see this. All these problems are very important. Okay, and it is a square prism. It is not a pyramid, it is prism. Now let me use a thin line and find out the axis point, where the axis point is. Okay, the axis point will be coming here and is also coming here. And now let me draw the axis line. Okay, let me draw the axis line from here. Now naming it, how easy it is, just I'll be showing you how to name it. Okay, let me take this as A and this as B, this as C and this as D. And similarly the A and A, this will be A and this will be B and this will be C and this will be D. Okay, and here it is a point O and this is point O. In naming any problems are there, please ask me. Please ask me in naming any problems are there. Now the person is going to look from this end. Okay, the person look from this end, and now what happens? I am going to, this is for the front view. This is for the front view, and person look from the top. Okay, but the person is looking from the top, and this will be the top view. Top view. Now let me take XY line. Okay, I'll take XY line. Or let me take somewhere here. But the indication which I am going to use different color, it will be thin line. Okay, so now let me take a line. XY line I have taken. Okay, or if you cannot able to visualize, I'll use the dark line only. And this is X, this is Y, and this will be vertical plane. On this the front will be visible, and this is the horizontal plane. On this the top will be visible. If you look from the top, if I look from the top here, then this square will be visible like this. If you look from the top, the square will be visible like this. The square is visible like this. Now let me make it dark. This is the square prism. Okay, and if you get confused, what I'll do, I'll write neatly once again. Okay, I'll write neatly once again. See here, I am going to write a square. Going to write a square. Please make a note. As soon I do the problem, kindly make a note of this. I am not telling any stories here. All of you have to write properly. Okay. And now look into this. Look into this diagram, and you can see here. Here you can see the A, B, C, D I am going to write. So here I am going to write A. From the top if you see, the A will be visible in the first and A1 will be in bracket. So A in bracket A1. And similarly from the top if I see, this will be B in bracket B1, not dash. And similarly C in bracket C1. And similarly D in bracket D1. And here we have the axis point. Simply I am not going to locate. What you have to do, we have to draw these diagonals by thin line. Draw this diagonal by thin line, and where you are going to intersect, that point will be called as the imaginary point. That will be axis point. And here it will be O in bracket O1. This is what I have written. And any doubts are there, please ask me up to here. All of you be open. It is an initial discussion. Anyone have any kind of problems, please let me know. I have written a square pyramid from the top if I see. From the top if I see, this will be square which will be visible. And this is point D, and below that D1 is there, so that D1 in bracket and A in bracket A1. Okay, A in bracket A1. Similarly, B in bracket B1 and C in bracket C1 and O in bracket O1, because this O1 is not visible to you. And always in the problem they are not giving us the height of this. The height of this is axis length. Axis length itself will be height of this, it will be showing. Okay. Now let me project a line. Okay, let me project from here. I have projected. And project from here and project the axis line. And they'll be giving us the axis height. Axis height is 50 mm, 40 mm, like that. They'll be giving us. Okay, based on that we have to select. Now let me take the axis. This square is, for example, 30 square. Now what you have to do here, simply we should not write 30. This will be indication of this, because the dimension will be carrying 3 marks. Okay, even this, if you want, you can write square 30, or simply you can use SQ 30, so that you can avoid writing the dimension both sides. Okay, now let me make it dark. This is the base, and go to the height of the axis. Okay, this is the axis height, and I am going to write it. Now please look here clearly. You look here. I am going to write the front view. The front view is person he is looking from this end, and it is visible to him first A. Please look here. The person is standing here. A will be here. Please carefully look at A will be here, and the bottom side A1 will be there. Okay, and to the back of this, you can see that this is A and this is A1 I have written. And to rear to this, we have D and D1. So just rear to this, D and D1. D1 will be there. And since it is a front view, it should be dash. This should be dash. Okay. And similarly, B in bracket C, B dash in bracket C dash, and similarly B1 in bracket C1. This is B1 dash in bracket C1 dash. This is, and O and O, actually O and O should be written in the this one, the bracket, because the O will be here, but the axis itself is imaginary. I need not to write it. So this is how we are going to represent it. Okay, so please try to see carefully and try to write it. And next, while you are going to write, this is how one the square prism, the square pyramid is, the square prism is resting on one of its edges. That time this is the case. It is resting on one of its edges. That time it will be the case. And once it is resting on one of its the corner, then corner has to be taken this side. Now the construction of this is very simple. I'll be telling you how to do the construction. How to do the construction I'll show. Okay. Take XY line. I have taken XY line. Take a suitable point. And suppose if it is given 30 mm, write a 30 mm length line. And vertically 30 mm length line you write. Then after this, what you can do, take this length, this as the center, draw the arc, and take this as center, draw the arc. We'll get this point, and this will be the square. This will be the square. And again, you draw the thin line, here, and you'll get the axis point. You'll get the axis point. Okay, and while doing it, I'll be showing the construction by using this simple method also. Okay, by using this simple method, I'll be showing you the construction. Now, I don't want to go to the pyramid. Let me go to complete this prism. Then we'll see next. Okay. Now, let me go to the problem. Do not look at the problem. You will get scared. It will be very simple. A square prism. Please look carefully whether it is a prism or a pyramid. Okay, it is prism or a pyramid. First attention is this only. It is a prism, square prism. Okay, square prism of sides of base. Square prism, 35 mm sides of base and 60 mm axis length. As I told you, always they will be giving you the axis length. They will be giving you the axis length, not this length. Axis length itself is the height of the prism. Axis length rests on HP with one of its corners. The important points I will be highlighting. It is resting on. It is a prism resting on one of its corners of the base. Okay, resting on one of its corners of the base, such that the two base edges containing the corner on which it rests make equal inclination with HP. And this point I told you in the previous class only. You need not to discuss more on this, because the two edges which are containing the corner on which rest, definitely it will be making equal inclination. Okay, this will be making equal inclination. We need not to worry about this. Draw the projections of the prism. Draw the projections of the prism when the axis of the prism is inclined to HP at 40 degree. When the axis of the prism is inclined to HP at 40 degree. At 40 degree, the axis is inclined to HP. Its inclination I can find it on the vertical plane, and appears to be inclined to VP at 45 degree. Appears to be. In the previous classes I told, appears to be the top view. We need not to think about the locus, directly can start the problem. Okay. Now they have given us a square prism of 35 mm sides, a square prism of 35 mm sides, and axis 60 mm, resting on one of its corner, resting on one of its corners. So now, as soon I read the problem, I'll make a simple sketch here in the beginning. Okay. I'll make a simple sketch in the beginning. It is resting on one of its corners. So the corner should be taken. It is resting on one of its corners, square prism, and I have decided this is the corner on which I have to make it to rest. Okay, make it rest. It is resting on corner and the axis is inclined at an angle of 40 degree. And axis is inclined at an angle of 40 degree, and another one also they are given us what? The axis is inclined at 40 degree and it appears to be at an angle of 45 degree in the VP. It appears to be 45 degree in the VP. So 40 appears to be inclined at an angle of 45 degree in VP. It is the axis. Axis is inclined at 45 degree. And the height is given to you. Height is 60 mm and the square prism is 30 mm. This is what they are given us. The problem, whole problem given to me is this. Any problem, you please ask me. A square prism, mostly it is 35 mm, I think. A square prism, 35 mm. Okay, it is 35 mm. A square prism, 35 mm sides of base, axis 60 mm, resting on one of its corners of the base, such that the axis is inclined at an angle of 40 degree to the horizontal plane. That means it is inclined at an angle of vertical plane, and the axis appears to be inclined at an angle of 45 degree to the vertical plane. This is what they have given us the problem is. Okay, now let me do this problem. A simple sketch work. Let me draw XY line first. Do not write other side. This side only I will be writing X, vertical plane, horizontal plane. The construction also I will be telling you. Please look here properly. Now you take one vertical line. Locate a point at an angle of 45 degree. Draw this line. At an angle of 45 degree, you draw this line. Then after this, at an angle of 90 degree, you take this line. You have taken this line at an angle of 90 degree. At an angle of 90 degree, you have taken this line. Then after this, here also already I have taken 45 degree. Here also you have taken 45 degree. Then join this. This will be 35 mm sides. All these sides will be 35 mm. 35 mm. 35. Okay. You understood my point? Pardon?
Can you tell the construction again, sir?
Yeah. You please ask me here only. Any problems are there? Any problems, kindly clarify your problems here only. Okay. Now draw one vertical and horizontal line. Initially, there are varieties of methods. You can follow any one method. I have drawn a horizontal line and vertical line. And from this point, take a line at an angle of 45 degree. I have taken a line at an angle of 45 degree. And here also I have taken a line at an angle of 45 degree. Okay, I have taken. So this will be forming 90 degree. And now you measure 35 mm height, this length, and measure 35 mm also. So definitely if you join them, it will be on the same line. Now take this length, mark here, and you will get the other side also. Once again I'll explain. Please make the practice of writing it. Once again I'll explain. Please make practice. You write one line, a thin line. All these are thin lines. One horizontal and vertical line, and from here you take a line at an angle of 45 degree. And here I have taken a line at an angle of 45 degree. First point. Now measure this length, that will be equal to 35 mm length, and this also equal to 35 mm length. Now you just draw a thin line thin line I am going to draw here. Other half I am going to write. What I am doing is measure this length, mark over here and join these. And this is how I have constructed the square when it is this particular corner is resting on. Now what I am doing, I am going to make it thick line. I am going to make it as a thick line. Let me take thicker line. I am doing the first problem slowly. Try to understand carefully. You ask me any doubts are there. Step by step I am going to explain you. Okay. Now please do not look into the book. Whichever you feel like you can take it as A. I have taken this as A in bracket A1, the bottom edge, and this is B in bracket B1, and this is C in bracket C1, and similarly I have taken this as a D in bracket D1. Then this point is O1. Now let me project these lines. Okay, by using the thin lines. I have projected here. Okay, I have projected. Okay, just 1 minute. I'll get a scale and explain you. It will be easier for you to understand. I'll get a scale. Okay, now what is the axis height they have given us? What is the height of the axis? 35 mm sides, and axis is
60 mm.
60 mm. Okay, now what I am doing is I am going to draw a line. All these I told you, the thin line first you write. I am going to write a thin line, a height of 65 mm. This is height of 65 mm. Okay, now what I am doing is you take a thick line. By taking a thick line, what I am doing is draw this and draw this vertical line that will be equal to 65 mm. I have completed this. Okay. Okay, this height is equal to 60 mm. 60, no? This height is equal
60.
to 60 mm. 60? Yeah. And this will be a square. And this is a square. This dimension will be square 35 mm. Square 35 mm. I written initially. And now, initially, if I write these dimensions, what happens, and it will be clashing with the lettering. So I don't want to write in the beginning. Please look here. The person is standing here, and now the A will be in the top. A1 will be in the bottom. So A1 dash and A dash. And here the person is sitting in the front. B is visible to him. And in the bracket we have the D, and similarly here also it is B1 dash and D1 dash, and again here we have another one additionally O dash and O1 dash, and in here we can see that C dash and C1 dash. This is how I am going to name it. Okay, already I shown here. You can see here. You can look at the figure which I have drawn. You can look at the figure which I have drawn here. Look here. This is A. Okay, A here and A1 here. Okay, A1 here. You can look at this one. If you look from the front, if you look from the front, A1, A1, and back side or rear side we have D1. Similarly, B1 in the front and C1 in the back side. In the similar way, the same concept I am going to apply here. Okay, same complex, the method I have applied here. Okay, now, and the axis is inclined at angle of 40. How much? 40 degree. How much? The axis is inclined at angle of 40 degree. 40 degree it is inclined. Please look here carefully. Other thing I wanted to tell you, a small thing. Once I want to make the axis to be at 40 degree, once this axis has to be at 40 degree, I want to write this like this. Okay, and please one of you tell me what is this angle theta? This is 40 degree, this is theta, it is 90 degree. Correct, no? And 180 is equal to 40 plus 90 plus theta. What is theta? What is theta? 50. Okay. Instead of I measure the angle, I measure this angle. It will be very easy for me. Why? I'll show you. Because I have to locate the corner. Corner I am going to locate, so that I wanted to use this 50 degree, but I'll be writing the axis only. It will be easier for you, or if you want, you can use your convenient method also. What I'm doing is, take this point C here, carefully please look. C1 dash I'm taking here, and measure this length. Now already I know this angle is 50 degree. Already this angle is 50 degree. I measured already. Please do not write it. I have tried the axis length, axis only, not to this. Okay, 50 degree I have taken. Now take this length on this and mark over here. And take this length and mark over here. Okay, mark over here. Please be careful. Please be careful and try to do this. Okay, now take this length by your compass. Take this length by your compass and mark here. Okay, and from other side also you're going to mark it. You will get this point, and this will be the axis line. This will become the axis line. Axis line. Okay, and similarly, you take this length. Once again, I'll explain it. Mark here and take this length and by your compass and mark here. We'll get this point. Similarly, this length I am going to mark here by arc, and this length I am going to mark from here, and this will be other. Okay, and you are going to join this. You are going to join this. Once again, I'll explain this. I'll explain this once again. Please be careful, and if I tell you it looks like story, it will be looking very easy. You have to do it. You have to do it yourself, so that it will be easier for you to understand. Okay. Now what I did in the beginning. In the beginning, what I did, I told you a simple method. Instead of I take the axis as 45 degree, what I did, I took 40 plus 90 plus 50, it is 180. So that 50 I have taken. This 50 angle, you draw one line. Okay, I have drawn one line. And after this, take this point C here and mark over here this point, and this length you mark over here. I marked. Okay, after this, I wanted to locate these 2 points C and D. Very simple method is, take by a divider this length I mark here, and I mark here also. I mark here also. Okay, take this length AC, that will be equal to CA, both will be equal, and by taking this point, mark here, and by taking this point, you mark here, we'll get this. You feel easy to do this? Understanding?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, very simple it is. Very simple. And if you do by other method, it will be difficult. Please do this carefully. Take this length, take this point. First, let me mark it so that I'll not be. Take this length in your compass and mark this side. And similarly, from this also you mark it. The next, take this length, diagonal length, that will be equal to this length. Keep here, mark here, and keep here and mark here. We'll get this point. So you join these two and join this also. Already I know this length. You mark here, and this will be the axis line. And if you extend it, it will be definitely 40 degree. Please do not write it as 50 here, because I wanted to show the axis inclination, not the base inclination. So like this, I have drawn this. Now let me show the axis line. Let me show this. And the same points I am going to show here. C1 dash, BD, that is B1 dash, D1 dash, O1 dash, and this will be B dash, D dash, O dash, and similarly this will be point C, C dash, and this will be point A dash, and this will be point A1 dash, A1 dash. Any problems are there? Please ask me up to here. Any problems are there? So initially what I did, I am going to show you this. Please look here carefully. Initially what I am doing, I am going to show you here. Initially I am going to keep this prism like this. I am going to keep the prism like this initially. Then after this, through this corner, I am going to lift it. Okay, through this corner, I am going to lift it. You see, it is 45 degree, and I am going to lift it. Okay, this is how I am going to do now. And what I am going to do is this one. Okay.
Sir, Kishan is waiting, so he got disconnected. He is
Pardon?
waiting to accept the
Yeah.
order.
Okay. I am not this one I am not doing it. Slowly I am doing, try to understand. Slowly I am doing, try to understand. Now I am going to draw the top view of this. Top view of this when it is, we are looking to look from the top. Now you, okay. Now let me go to A. Please look here carefully, all of you. Someone is joining, let them join. I'll be explaining this, because explaining this, it will be taking a lot of time. Okay. Let me take point A. Be careful. I have projected A. I am going to project other A. Okay. I'll get a scale. It will become difficult to write. Please write yourself. This particular portion, please write it yourself. By using your pen and pencil, please write this much now in the beginning. Kindly all of you write at the same time while I am doing it. What I am doing is, I am going to write a line vertically down. So we are meeting at this point. This will be point A. Okay. And similarly, I am going to write a line from point B. From point B, I am going to write a line. Okay. And similarly, I am going to write a line from B also here. We will be meeting at this point. We will be meeting at this point. Okay, we will be meeting at this point, and that will become point B. And similarly, the C, what I am doing is I am going to extend on the same line C, and extend this from here. This will form point C. Similarly, the D and the base D, this will be the D. This will be D. Okay? This is D. This is point D. And now what I am doing is, by using a thick line and thin line, we will see them later. We will see them later. How I am doing, please do it. By thin line, join it A to B, B to C, C to D, D to A, join it. Then after this, once again, you extend A from A. This is point A. And from B, this is point B. And please remember, this will become A1, B1, C1 and D1. It is a base. And I am talking about the top, it is A, B, and again This will be point C. This will be point C, and the D will be coming on this. This will be point D. Okay, this will be point D. So join A to B, B to C, C to D, D to A. Now, please look here carefully. To make it dark, what I have to do is all the external lines you join them by thick line first. Make it as a habit of writing like this only. Join all the external lines by thick lines. All the outer or border lines I have joined them by thick line. And if you look from this end, A1 is nearer to the observer. The observer is looking from here and he is going to see. He is looking from this end. So A1 is nearer to the observer. That means A1 is near to the observer. This will be a thick line. This will be a thick line. And since it is A is a thick line, A1, definitely the two lines which are joining will be thick lines only. And this will be dotted. This will be dotted. This will be dotted. And you can write clearly A1, B1, C1, D1, and similarly A, B, C, and it is D. Up to here, any doubts are there? Please ask me. Up to here, any doubts are there? Please ask me. Please write it. Yourself, you write it. I'll go to the next position now. (40°). Okay. Now next position is the axis appears to be inclined at an angle of 45 degree to BP. The axis appears to be inclined at an angle of 45 degree to BP. Extend this. Now what I am doing is, they have not given us either the base is nearer to the observer or the top is nearer to the observer. They are not given. You can see here. Whichever the way you want, if you want, you can make it your this and convenience. Here they have taken A, B, C, D, so that A1, B, B1, C, C1, and D, D1, and the observer standing here. So it is A1. And this is B, B1, and behind that D, D1, and in between you can write O1 also, okay, and C, C1. O1 actually you should write in bracket, or without bracket also you can write it, no problem, because the axis is imaginary, I cannot show it properly, okay. And next position is, I have taken 50 degree here because they have given 40 degree inclination, 40 plus 90, 130. And 50 will be equal to 180. So that 50 degree, at an angle of 50 degree, I have drawn this line. Then mark over this. Then take these lengths, mark here and here. Then take this diagonal length. By keeping here, mark here. By keeping here, you mark here. These two you can find. Okay, you'll find this and you can complete this. Then from A, the base A, this point. From B, the base point B, and from C and base point C, and B and base point D. And similarly, you extend from the top portion also, A to A, and B to B, C to C, D to D. And like this I have completed, and after this, all the border lines you make them dark. Then observer standing here, so this is near to him, so you make it dark. Make it dark. Okay. Once this is dark, then these two lines joining them will also be dark. You make them dark. Then this particular line CD will not be visible to him because it is away from the observer. and this will be in dotted, and this will be in dotted. This is what I have completed. Okay, this is what I have completed, and here the line which will be joining will also be dotted. Okay, this much I have completed. Now next, let me draw a thin line, make a marking here, take a line at an angle of 45 degree. Please locate the point C here. Anywhere, you can keep anywhere. It is not necessarily, you can keep anywhere. This is point C, and measure this length. Measure this length. I have marked this A, and measure this length. Measure this length. Mark the point C. Measure this length. Mark over here. This is point A. Okay, this is point A1. And this is point C1. Then next, after this, measure this length, mark here, measure this length, mark here, at 90 degree, draw this line, at 90 degree, draw this line. Okay, then after this, from this point, mark this, all the markings I am going to do from that point. Okay, then after this, I can join by a thick line. I can join it by a thick line. How? Look here carefully. But unfortunately, this is in the front only, that is not visible to you. And mark this point. Already this point is O1 and this point is O. And this point is O and this point is O1. Any doubts are there? Once again I have to do and show you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. And this will be very simple. Try to adopt the same method. And how I am doing, at the same time, all of you are keeping the compass and the scale with you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please keep the scale and compass with you. I'll be giving you the time to do by yourself. Okay? Otherwise, it will be difficult. I'm telling you, to pass also it will be difficult. Please carefully understand. Now what I'm doing is, I'm taking a line at an angle of 45 degree. I have taken a line at an angle of 45 degree. I am telling you very simple method. Mark the point C here and mark the point A here, A, and mark a point A to C measure. Mark over here C, it is C1, and measure this length C1 A1, that will be equal to CA. This I am going to mark here, it is A1. The first point here. The next, you measure this length, mark over here, and the same length, this is also same length. Here also I am going to making marking. Then at a 90 degree to this line, draw this thin line, draw this thin line at 90 degree to this. At 90, it will be, when you measure, this will be 90 degree. Exactly, it should be 90 degree. Okay. When you measure, it should be exactly 90 degree. Okay. After this, take this length, mark over here, and the same marking I am going to do. All these will be equal length. This length and this length, this length and this length, all these are equal. Then after this, you are going to draw it by a thick line. How? Join these two and join this. This will be point C, and join this. This will be point A, and this will be point O, and next this will be dotted line. This will be C1, and this is dotted line, and this is point B, B1, and this point is D, it is D1, and join this. So this point is A1, already you know it, and this point will be O1. And after this, from A to A1, it will be a thick line, and from C to C1, it will be a dotted line. The dotted line is behind this, then only a part of the dotted line I can able to visualize. And you can write here also D, it is D, and this is point P. So A, B, C, D I have written, A1, B1, C1, D1 I have written, all these I have joined. Now I am ready to draw the next view. Okay, I think you can able to do this. Okay, now let me go to the next view. First, you have to be very careful while writing this. This particular portion and this particular portion is the base, and this particular portion and this particular portion is the top portion. So some people, what they do, top portion is the bottom and the top portion of this with the bottom they do, the whole entire figure will become wrong. So always care you have to take A1 to A1, B1 to B1, C1 to C1, like that the base portion you have to do. Okay, let me go to this. Okay, let me go to this. Okay, from A and from A. So this is point A1, bottom A and the bottom A, this is point A1. And similarly B, a thin line, and B. This will be point B. And similarly C, this one. And C, this will be point C1. And D is coming on this line itself. Project it. This will be point D1. So by thin line you just join them, A to B, B to C, C to D, D to A. You join them. Okay, I joined them. Just thin lines. Then after this, go to top portion, top view, the top portion of this and top portion of this. So first you draw the line A. I have drawn this, and from here you draw this. This is point A, and B on this, and B is here. So this is point B, and C, this is point C, and this point C is here. This is C, and D. And D is on the same line, and D is on this line itself. This is point D. Okay, D. Now, one small logic: A to A you join, D to D you join, and B to B you join, and C to C you join, and A to B, B to C, C to D, D to A you join them. Okay, we have joined. Now, please look at this. if you are standing here, if the observer is standing here, the observer is looking from this end. He is standing here, and which is near to the observer? Please look. And now, if you just blindly, if you go here, the B is nearer to the observer. Very near to the observer is B. Okay. Now, before that, what I do is, I wanted to show thick and thin lines, so that I am telling you this procedure. Before that, what you do, all the outer lines you join them. All the outer lines you join them. And do not worry about all those. Join all the outer lines. Okay, I have joined all the outer lines. Now, if you look, the observer is here. This line BB is nearer to the observer. This line BB is nearer to the observer. What you can do is, the line BB, and under two more lines which will be connecting this BB will be thick. And definitely other side it will be thin line. Other one will be thin line. This will be thin line. This will be thin line. So hold together, how it will be visible, I will be showing you. It will be visible like this. It will be visibility like this. And another one thing also you should have to do, O and O. O and O. This will be point O. O1. And from the top O and this O. This will be point O. Okay. O and O1 also you have to show. O1 and O. And this also has been joined. This will be the axis length. This will be the final front view. And this is final top view. Final top view. And now what I wanted to do, I wanted to show you. Okay, this I'll be showing it to you. I'll be showing it to you.